Next concept is types of organization. There are two types of organization. First type of organization is formal organization. Second type of organization is informal. Now we will see formal organization. In all formal organizations, employees are guided by rules and procedures for smooth functioning of the enterprise. Formal organization is designed by the top management of the company. In formal organization, they are specifying clearly the boundaries of authority and responsibility also. In formal organization, there is a systematic coordination among the various activities to achieve the goal of the organization. In formal organization, they can follow functional or divisional structure. Next concept is features of formal organization. Totally there are 5 features in formal organization. First features of formal organization regarding authority and responsibility. We know that already in formal organization it specifies clearly the boundaries of authority, who is to report to whom. In formal organizations, they specify the relationship among various job positions and interrelationship. Second features of formal organization is specify the objectives. We know that already in formal organization, rules and procedures that is essential for the achievement of the organization goal. As per the rules and procedures of the organization, they are achieving the objectives that is specified in the plan. Third features of formal organization, efforts of various departments are coordinated. So various departments' efforts, here it is coordinated, interlinked and integrated, that is through the formal organization. Next one, we know already who is responsible is to frame formal organization. Means top management of a company is responsible is to frame the formal organization for smooth functioning of the enterprise. Last features of formal organization is where they are giving importance. In formal organizations, they are giving importance to the work rather than the interpersonal relationship. Advantages of formal organization. First advantages of formal organization is fixing of responsibility. In formal organization, fixing of responsibility is very easy because mutual relationships are defined clearly. Second advantage is there is no ambiguity. There is no ambiguity in the role. Each member has to play the assigned duty. In formal organization, duplication of work is to be avoided. Third advantage is unity of command is maintained in formal organization. How they are maintaining the unity of command means that is through established chain of command. They have established chain of command. Through that established chain of command, they are maintaining the unity of command concept. We know already the concept of unity of command. Unity of command means a subordinate should receive orders from only one superior, getting instruction from only one superior. That is maintained in the formal organization. Fourth advantage is it leads to effective accomplishment of goal. It leads to effective accomplishment of goal, and also it ensures each employee knows what role they have to play. Last one, formal organization is providing stability to the organization. How the formal organization is providing stability to the organization means because behavior of employees we can predict fairly, and there are specific rules they are guiding the employees. Limitations of formal organization. Totally there are 3 limitations in formal organization. First limitation is procedural delay. Formal organization leads to procedural delay and it increases the time taken for decision making. Second one, whenever poor organization is practicing, that time they may not get adequate recognition. Employees may not get adequate recognition is to create talents. Third one, understanding of all human relationship is difficult. Why understanding of human relationship is very difficult to mean? Because it gives importance to the work and also structure. That's why formal organization, understanding of human relationship is very easy.